Hi, everybody. This is your KidStuff See and Read video book, Twink's Surprise. Twink was looking pale and sad. True, he was white to begin with. He had been white ever since he lost his color when Murky Dismal threw him into the pits. But to Rainbow Brite, Twink appeared even paler than usual. In fact, Twink just seemed to be fading away. Rainbow Brite was worried about her favorite sprite.
Twink is not his usual bouncy self,
she confided to her magical horse Starlight. Then, pointing to the dome where Twink lived, on the top of the color castle, Rainbow Brite added,
Twink just sits up there and sighs a lot. Poor Twink seems to be pining away.
What can we do about it?
Starlight asked Rainbow.
I don't know. Not yet,
said Rainbow Brite with a sigh. Starlight considered himself Rainbow Brite's best friend. He loved her very much and couldn't bear to see her so unhappy. Starlight wanted to help Rainbow Brite find out what was troubling Twink so they could figure out a way to fix it.
Are you absolutely sure Twink won't come out?
Starlight asked Rainbow.
I'm positive,
she answered sadly.
I tried to coax him out with sunshine sherbet and rainbow cookies. Even that didn't work.
Starlight tossed his silky mane and said to Rainbow Brite,
This is more serious than I thought. You wait here. I'm going to call the Color Kids.
The Color Kids came immediately and gathered together in Rainbow Brite's rec room. They were unhappy about Twink, too.
I can't believe we're all here without Twink,
said Lala Orange.
He always wanted to be right in the middle of everything.
There is definitely something wrong. Twink's behavior is not up to par,
decided Shy Violet.
Do any of you have any suggestions?
Buddy Blue came up with the first idea.
Let's get him into an exercise program. That should snap him out of whatever he's in.
Exercise?
Snapped Indigo angrily.
How insensitive. All you think about are muscles. Can't you see that Twink is depressed? Depressed?
Repeated Canary Yellow, who was always sunny and cheerful.
How can anyone be depressed here in Rainbow Land? That's it,
exclaimed Red Butler.
What's it?
Asked the Color Kids.
Rainbow Land,
answered Red Butler. Rainbow Brite was just as puzzled.
You're talking in riddles, Red Butler. Not really, Rainbow. Think about it. I've got a job here in Rainbow Land. You've got a job. All the Color Kids and Sprites have jobs. We're either managing the mines or making star sprinkles or so many other things. But Twink has no job to do.
You may just be right,
piped up Patty O'Green.
That could be what's bugging Twink.
So what do we do about it?
Asked Rainbow Brite. The Color Kids were full of suggestions. They all chattered at once.
Let's cheer Twink up by having a special party for him. Yay! A rainbow party! That's good! A rainbow surprise party! That's even better! You Color Kids are great,
said Rainbow Brite as she hugged them close to her.
What would I do without you?
From his lookout at the pits, Murky Dismal pointed his telescope and spotted strange things happening in Rainbow Land.
That Rainbow Brite and her color pals are up to something again.
Murky said to his bumbling assistant Lurky.
I feel it in my bones.
Yeah, boss,
mumbled Lurky as he got in the way, trying to peek through the telescope too.
Yeah, boss,
mimicked Murky Dismal, shoving Lurky away from the telescope.
Is that all you've got to say?
Yeah, boss. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Stammered Lurky.
Get down there,
ordered Murky Dismal.
Find out what they're up to.
That clumsy lump of a Lurky lurched down the hill from the pits to Rainbow Land. Now, as he huddled in the shadows, which was quite difficult considering how big he was, Lurky settled down to do some serious snooping. He saw the Color Kids bustling back and forth with plates and cups and colored balloons. All the sprites were busy with strips of colored cloth and spools of thread, with rolls of ribbon and balls of yarn. Even Baby Brite and Puppy Brite were scampering around trying to be helpful. Lurky strained to hear what they were saying. He held a hand to his ear. but all he could catch were snatches of conversation.
And the great surprise!
The party tomorrow.
Oh, so much fun!
I can't wait to see.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy!
Cried Lurky eagerly as he started back up the hill toward the pits.
Wait till the boss hears about this!
Then, as Lurky picked up speed, he ran out from under the little gray gloom cloud over his head. The farther he got from the cloud, the happier Lurky began to feel. By the time he got back to the pits, Lurky was grinning from ear to ear and practically bubbling with excitement.
Boss! Boss!
He cried as he approached Murky Dismal.
Have I got news for you?
The news can wait.
Grumbled Murky Dismal impatiently.
Look at you, you're so happy, it's disgusting. Before you say another word, I gotta get your gloom cloud back in place over your head and cheer you down to normal.
As soon as the little gray gloom cloud was back in place, Lurky became his usual unhappy self.
That's much better.
Said Murky Dismal.
A person can stand just so much happiness without getting sick. Now, what's this terrific news you were blubbering about?
It doesn't seem so terrific anymore.
Pouted Lurky. But Murky Dismal snarled.
Out with it.
Lurky sighed and explained sheepishly.
They're having some kind of party tomorrow in Rainbow Land. I heard something about cookies and ice cream and,
Okay.
Snapped Murky Dismal, not wanting to hear happy thoughts.
I get the idea. Let's get down to the laboratory. I gotta think.
Inside the laboratory, Murky Dismal started to pace back and forth, which wasn't easy to do with Lurky hovering over him and getting in the way as usual. Suddenly, Murky stopped and mumbled,
This might be the chance I've been waiting for.
what do you mean, boss?
asked Lurky. Murky Dismal explained.
With all the excitement going on, it might be a good time for us to make some mischief down there in Rainbow Land. Yes, Lurky, we're gonna crash that party. Yeah, we're gonna show up there even though they didn't invite us.
How are we going to do that, boss?
We're gonna dress up like those silly sprites. There are so many of them around that nobody will notice a couple more.